Hey there guys, welcome back to the modern JavaScript Crash course. In this lesson we're going to be learning about arithmetic operators and how we can use them to do sums in JavaScript. If you guys are new here and like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Okay, so these operators that you see on your screen now are the JavaScript arithmetic operators, and half of them you should already know and the other half you won't likely be familiar with. So to our left we have addition, subtraction, divide and multiply. And then to our right, we've got modulus, the mouthful of exponentiation, increment and decrement. And these are the ones you're likely not familiar with. So what we're going to do now is go back into our JavaScript Crash Course folder and look at these in more detail. Alright guys, so firstly we'll just take a look at the operators you should be familiar with. That being addition, subtraction, division and multiply. So we'll go underneath the comment of addition and we'll just log this into the console. So we'll do 5 plus 5. Which should give us the value of 10, as you can see there. And then pretty straightforward for the others. So for subtraction, we'll just do 10 minus 5, which will give us the value of 5, because 5 minus 10 is 5. And then for division, with division, you use the forward slash. So we'll do 5 divided by 5, which will give us the value of 1. And then finally for multiply, really simple, it's just the asterisk. So we'll do 5 times 5 and that gives us the value of 25. So really simple stuff and pretty straightforward to understand. Now the next arithmetic operator is the exponentiation operator, and this operator is all about finding the power of a sum. Now the way this is written is using the double asterisk. So we'll go underneath here and just put in here the comment exponentiation. And again, as I just mentioned, the way we write this out is using a double asterisk. So we'll do 3 double asterisk 3. And what this should give us is a value of 27, because 3 times 3 is 9, and then 9 times 3 is 27. And that's how we can use the exponentiation operator. Now the next operator we're going to take a look at is the modulus operator. So we'll just go underneath the exponentiation and we'll just put in here modulus. And then we'll just put in a console log. Now for the modulus we'll need the percentage sign. And the modulus is essentially just the remainder of a sum. So let's do 7 and then the percentage for the modulus. And then we'll do 3. And it gives us the value of 1 because the remainder here is 1. And then finally guys, we have the increment and decrement operators, and these are used for adding things up by 1 or subtracting by 1, and you typically see these used in loops, but we will speak about loops in a later video. Now in this example we'll just keep it simple, so we'll just go underneath the modulus here and I'll write a comment quickly: increment and decrement. Now with the increment and decrement, you can't just apply these to numbers, you have to apply it to existing variables. So if I apply an increment to the 1 here, you'll see it throws us up an error. Again, that's because we can't apply the increment or decrement operator to a number, we'd have to apply it to a variable specifically. So let's create a variable now. So I'll just get rid of this. And we'll create a variable called let sum equals 50. And we'll just close that off. So now we've created a variable, and let's say we want to increment this variable here by 1. We first go inside the log and let's increment this by using the plus and then including the variable, which is sum. And as you can see, it's incremented by 1, giving us a value of 51. And then if we want to decrement this down, we use the minus and it should give us the value of 49, which you see there. Now the reason we're first applying the operator, either being the increment or decrement, is because if we logged in the variable first, it will just return us the value of sum, which is 50. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So we'll put in the variable first and then we'll try the increment. You see it's giving us the value of 50. Now nothing's wrong here, and this is just the way JavaScript works. So what it does, it'll take the value first of sum, which is 50, and then if we want to increment this, we need to log this in again. So we'll try log in sum now. And then it gives us the value of 51, and the same will be if we try to decrement this down to 49. You see it's giving us the value of 49. Again, this is the way JavaScript works. It will take in the value first, and then if you want to apply the increment, you need to log it in again. So just to make you guys aware of that and be cautious of that, always apply the operator first. Now another alternative to this is if we just set the value first before logging it in the console. So I'll just get rid of these console logs here, and we'll grab the sum variable and we'll add the increment and then close it off, and then we log in the variable now. So we log in sum. You can see it's now giving us the incremented value of 51, and then if we want to decrement this down, we just use the dash and it's giving us the value of 49. So that's how we can apply the arithmetic operators in JavaScript, and you may be thinking that you understand this pretty well and it's pretty straightforward. So what exactly is their purpose? Well, the usage of these operators will make much more sense as we progress throughout this crash course, as I just really wanted to introduce them to you guys so you're more aware of them and don't get confused when I'm using them later on throughout the crash course. Now, I did lie to you guys slightly when I said this would be the last topic. There is one more topic we need to touch on, and don't worry, it's not a new arithmetic operator, it's just about operator precedence. What this essentially means is that if we have a variable which have multiple different operators inside that variable, which gets added up first to give us the value. So to show you guys what I mean, I'm just going to comment this out and then go underneath here and put a comment of operator precedence. Now, the way operator precedence work is using BODMAS, which you might remember from school. So I'm just going to put in here BODMAS, and then I'm going to create a variable called let sum equals, let's do 3 times 3 plus 2, and then we'll also do minus 2, and then we'll do one more plus, and we'll put this in brackets, this one of 2 times 2, and close that off. Now, if we log this variable in, what do you think our value is going to be? So we'll just log this in now, and we'll log in the variable of sum. Now, if you guess 13, you guess right, that is the value. And if you're wondering how we got to this value, JavaScript is using BODMAS here. So BODMAS first does the brackets, then the order, then the division, multiplication, addition, and then subtraction. So what's essentially happening here is if we just put all of this in a comment, paste it in here and comment this out. First, we're going to do the brackets. So 2 times 2 is 4. And we haven't got an order or a divide. So we got the multiplication, which is 3 times 3, which equals 9. Then we do an addition, which is 9 plus 2, which equals 11. And then we do another addition, which is 11 plus 4, which equals 15. And then after 15, we're left with a minus 2. Minus 2 of 15 equals 13. So to summarize, guys, in JavaScript we use operators to help us assign values, compare them, and as we learned in this tutorial, apply mathematical logic to values. So that's going to conclude the video, guys. Again, if you like the content and find value, please hit the like button and please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.